Folks, FGFRC out here at the Avon Park Field. We're going to take up the Arrows 50mm T-33. Going to have a little bit of fun with her. All right, now, of all the Arrows toss and bosses, you can launch all of them at 3/4 to full throttle, either overhand or underhanded. With this one, half throttle. You want to establish a good glide first, and then give her a throttle, because if you launch this at 3/4 or full throttle, as soon as it releases the pressure from your hands, it's going to immediately go to one side or the other. I want to say it's going to go to the right because of the way the torque of the motor is. So really half throttle and then ease into your throttle. You want to start gliding her first, so give her a nice chunk forward into the wind and then lay into your throttle. Otherwise, you're going to have a problem with the launch. Of all their toss and bosses, this is the one that's has the higher difficulty level of launching her. So definitely want to take off and self-level right off the bat to give yourself the best recipe for success and into the wind. All right. Make sure my direction's right. Right, left, up, down. You do not have yaw. You don't have any rudder, so all you've got is a bank and yank. So anyways, about half throttle, okay, and right into the wind. And then give it throttle once she's out of your hands. All right, I'm going to turn back the other direction.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
But of all the toss and bosses, this one could be about the most stable. A little bit of up elevator. Got them big wide wings. Also makes it easy to see it. Has a very iconic shape. Let it tank by into the wind. A little more up elevator there. All right, let's land it. We'll go over that launch again. That big wide wing, it's easy to get air up underneath it.
Prop secured.
I've also found that with the T-33, don't underhand launcher. I've had more problems with the underhand launch. Other toss and boss from Arrows, I can almost do all of them underhanded. This one, launch it the way it's intended from underneath.
Motors armed.
All right, let me get a little closer here to us. Yeah, I know. All right. Go back. I'm going to leave it in AS3X, not self-level, because I'm familiar with the plane. Got some tape in there or something. All right. Yeah, give her a nice forward chunk and then ease into the throttle. She starts dipping down on you like she did, that's okay. That's your cue to start giving her the throttle, but don't gun it. Not with this one. Ease into your throttle with this one. You don't have to fly that high either. But today it's so windy that I'm letting altitude be my friend today. All right. Let's land her again. Yeah, wind is not being nice to me today.
Time remaining 1 minute.
I say we're going to land her. And this is physically one of the larger of their toss and boss. Up underneath the sun there. All right. I'm going to underhand. I know what I said about underhand launch, but I want to show you and that it's why I don't advise it. Hopefully I'll be okay. Won't do anything stupid with it. I'm going to do it in self-level.
Stability mode.
Okay. And it'll probably be fine, but I just know that it doesn't do as well. Okay. Hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, see? But we're okay. My danger right now is grass getting in the intake. So before I take off again, let me look down this intake. Just a touch of grass there. All right. So yeah, let's go back and see. Another thing is too, look where my plane was. Like I say, you have to ease in the throttle so you don't have the immediate climb like you do with the other ones. Look where I'm at. I'm down here, okay? If you launch the way you're supposed to, where am I at now? I'm already another good 3 feet up higher. So a better altitude's your friend, right?
Stabilize mode. Timer expired.
Oh, time's expired. I got a lander. Wasn't really paying attention to my time. Get underneath the sun here. Well, all right.
Prop secured.
All right, 37 seconds over the expired timer. And so 4 minutes and 7 seconds total flying time. I'm sure the battery's going to scream at me now. Good solid flying plane, but of this one and the L-39 are probably, if you want to say they're more difficult to fly. By the way, let me get closer so my wife doesn't have to zoom so much. A little harder on her. Okay. I got a 1500 milliamp RC Hackers 4S all the way forward, actually tucked up underneath the front of the battery bay there, and she CG's perfect right there. I highly recommend running these on 4S. They just do, you got the power to get out of trouble. I've got hundreds of flights on the collective. Well, I got 5 of these guys. XT60 connector, which is very tight. But collectively on the 5 of these guys, I literally have probably 100 flights, and I've all on these little 1500 4S's. and I have yet to have a single problem with ESC overheating, motor overheating, battery getting way too hot, and 37%. All right, so honestly, you take it easy. I flew for 4 minutes and what, 7 seconds. So you could fly for 5 minutes solid if you take it easy, 4 minutes and 15 seconds if you really want to hit it. So, and come back at probably 20%. So a 1500 shoved pretty much all the way forward. That's the RC Hackers battery. Great battery. Unfortunately right now here, the mid-September of 24, they're out of stock right now, but when they do have them in stock, I'll put a link. They're 2 for 26 bucks. That is a great deal. They got a good, I'm not an affiliate with them, I'm not associated with them in any way. Brian Phillips put me onto these, and I like them. I like them. They're great for these little toss and boss planes. All right, folks, well, there you go. That is the Arrows T-33 50mm, great flying little toss and boss. You have no rudder, okay? It's just a toss and boss. So is it good to teach you spatial awareness and how your thrust and everything works with a jet? Yes, but I don't suggest using it as a jet trainer because you don't learn the discipline of rudder with them. This is just something fun to fly, just something, and once you've flown a few jets, this is something just to take up and throw it in the air and just have some fun with it. This is not what I would call a learning tool. Okay, if you're wanting to learn jets, get any Avanti. Really, I suggest the Marlin. It actually is an Avanti by design, the Arrows Marlin, or the Habu, but I understand the Habu floats for a long time, doesn't really give you the true feel of a jet, but still a good stable plane. There you go, folks. That's the T-33 by Arrows Hobby Zone. Thank you for sending it out for my review. God bless y'all. God is good. And that's the T-33 little toss and boss. See y'all later.